awesome pink jerseys. Proceeds from an auction will be going to Chicks and Chaps. And surely a good thing to hang up on the wall, maybe put in the man cave, that sort of thing. Those pink threads have looked awesome the last few seasons. It's definitely cool next Saturday. And a week from tonight, next Friday, a game for Geiges. Ryan Geiges was one of the guys that got Grizz hockey back rolling back in 2021. Spent each of the next 4 seasons on the bench with Grizz hockey. A long battle with cancer and gone too long. A great human being, great guy, known in multiple different circles. And that was, I felt, one of the cool things attending his celebration of life last Sundays. You got a chance to see Ryan Geiges from the different hats that he wore as a person, a guy that spent a lot of time on rivers, an avid fly fisherman and guide. So got to meet people that he worked with in that sphere. A couple of his teammates from playing hockey. Great skater was Ryan Geiges. A few people from that regard, and folks from his family also spoke. So really got to know him in multiple different aspects. And the one thing that I would say about getting to know Ryan Geiges was initially getting started broadcasting college hockey. Initially, when I started broadcasting these games, I had never done play-by-play for hockey, and it was something that was relatively foreign. And Geiges took the time to help me out, pulled me aside, coached me up a little bit like he did with so many folks in the Garden City. And just a great dude. Had a chance to spend numerous nights with his guitar around a campfire, and just a great human being. Next Friday night, be sure to check it out. Game for Geiges. It's going to be surely an emotional one, but hopefully for good reasons. Next Friday and Saturday, Grizz hockey, 7 o'clock puck drops both nights from the Glacier Ice Rink. 3-0 game, Bobcats with the lead. We'll step away for now and touch on more for our second period that awaits after this.
At Shields, we're anglers, endlessly seeking and refining techniques. We're hunters and storytellers, because we've been out there. We're experts that put products and gear to the test, so we can share that knowledge with you. At Shields, we understand your outdoor journey and the path you're on, because we walk it too, every step of the way. Shields, right there with you.
What are you drinking?
I think I'll have a 56.
56 Counties American Light Lager, a beer for Montanans and friends of Montanans.
At Builders First Source, we're harnessing the power of innovation to transform the future of home building. With 14 facilities across Montana, Builders First Source is your one-stop shop for building materials. From lumber and windows to trusses and siding, whether you're building single-family homes or multi-family units, we've got you covered. Visit BLDR.com to learn more. Builders First Source, building Montana's future, one home at a time.
Accidents happen, but where you choose to repair your vehicle is entirely up to you. At Capital Collision Center, we believe in giving you the power to decide.
Our top priority is your safety and peace of mind. Our experienced technicians are ready to restore your vehicle to manufacturer's guidelines using state-of-the-art training and equipment. Remember, it's your choice where you get an estimate and where you get it repaired.
When it comes to your vehicle, you're in the driver's seat. Visit Capital Collision Center and let us get you back on the road.
Live from Steed Arena in Helena, Montana, is the Montana State Bobcats and Montana Grizzlies. A brawl on ice here in a neutral site. I'm Jeff Safford. So far, this neutral barn has been kind to the folks in dark blue and gold. Cats a 3-0 advantage after a period of play, and seeing their ice dancers on the ice right now, entertaining a packed house here in Helena. Shirley is known as a hockey town, a host of the Big So they're enjoying college hockey here on a Friday night. Grizzlies will hope some messages from Marcus Baxter ring true, and the Grizzlies have a Cats will look to keep the pedal down. Period number 2 next on ESPN Missoula. 3-0 Bobcats. Back after this on ESPN Radio.
Bring the whole family to the Stone of Accord for a wonderful brunch. From traditional comfort food to eclectic specials, there's something for everyone to enjoy. And it wouldn't be a proper Missoula brunch without an Irish coffee and a mimosa. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino. At the Stone of Accord, we use the freshest ingredients to create our homemade traditional Irish classics, fresh salads, and creative specials. Come enjoy our warm, family-friendly atmosphere. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino.
DeMorris Buick GMC has the SUV you need to safely travel Montana's ever-changing roads in comfort and style. The aptly named GMC Terrain is not only sure-footed and ready for any Montana road, it's eye-catching and loaded with features. And right now, you can take advantage of closeout pricing on 2024 models starting at only $26,890. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit DeMorris.com for a preview and then stop by DeMorris Buick GMC on West Broadway in Missoula, your family-owned hometown dealership for over 60 years.
back in the nick of time as both teams have made their way back onto the ice for what will be a second period here from Steed Arena. The Grizzlies hope a new period brings better results. They have a little bit of a mountain to climb, a 3-0 deficit. Hayden Clem will take the opening face-off against Etan Gerelnik. At center ice, puck ends up with Speck, the defenseman for the Bobcats, sending it into the zone to the right of now a net occupied by Jordan Belay. So it is Jordan Belay now in net for this second period. Weatherford, after allowing 3 in the first, now sees Belay step in between the pipes. And it is the second game in a row in which the Grizzlies have made a change after the first period. Was the inverse scenario taking place last Saturday with Weatherford stepping in for Belay. Now the inverse of that. Belay, very solid numbers last year. We'll see how he fares in this rivalry game the rest of the way. Etan Gerelnik in the offense, trying to get things started. A pass to Pizzi, who scores! Just like that. Almost right on cue, looking to get something started. It's Pizzi who does. Top left on a feed from the far corner. That thing seemingly whipped out of there in a blink. Etan Gerelnik had a couple of defenders in his hip pocket in the far corner, able to get a pass right into the slot. Pizzi all alone, top left, 3-1, and just like that, the Grizzlies have life. Thanks to the Black Diamond Washington native, his second year in the program, Luke Pizzi, his first goal this year. And what a way to start it. Not even 60 ticks into our second period. A goal right out of the chute to get things rolling here in Steed Arena. So the Grizz, they have a pulse. Can they build on it? Ben Kramers finds Pankratz into the neutral zone, now attacking zone, leaving it for Toila. His feed to Kramers goes wide. A shot from Kramers, a feed from Toila to work that a bit better. Here's Tegan McAvoy coming the other way, shooting it past Alex Neibauer, who glides behind his own net. Now a stretch pass up ahead intended for Pankratz, coming all the way down for icing. Went past Pankratz at the near blue line. Montana was trying to get a couple of new skaters on the ice in the midst of that sequence, but officials will push a couple of white shirts back to the bench. 18:23 to go. Not even a minute into this period, it's Luke Pizzi getting himself onto the score sheet with his first goal this season. Pizzi, who had 6 goals a year ago and nearly 20 points, 19 of them, and 13 assists. And a chance also for Kramer shortly after that as well on a pass from Toila that I mentioned. Denham Young behind his cage has it taken away. Kramers sees a loose puck end up with Walker. Tried to center one towards, looked to be Plant. Lost it on the near post. Now with Young cycling back to the near post. Back to Denham Young. Played off the boards, far side. Young puts on the brakes, trying to get it out of the zone. 2 Grizzlies have it trapped up against the wall, far blue line. Now a war for the puck up against the wall. Eventually pokes out towards the stick of Plant. Plant, left slot shot, challenging Wallery, who stops it on the near post. With 17:40 in our second period. 2-goal now differential between the Cats and Grizzlies. It is 3-1 MSU. Grizz fans maybe were thinking just lose it in the first. Now can maybe settle in a little bit. And yes, that is an Eminem reference. Hearing the song in the loudspeaker. Upton on the near post, now in the corner. Comes up the wall, gets trapped up against the boards. Bobcats get it out of the zone, but right to the stick of Javi Hamlin. 2 Cats ambush him at the blue line, loose to the left of the net. Denham Young gets to it first, off a skate, ricocheting all the way back down towards Belay, who's got a hand up, and he will get icing called. With Weisenberger racing after it for the Cats, but could not get to it. 17-17, second period. Gray Wagner now to take the draw for Montana. Taking on Colin Bierman. Face off Gerelnick in the near circle. Shot is high. Kept alive Klein. Klein whips it towards the net. Loose on the far post. Now taken into the corner by the defenseman Hidman. Hidman lost it far blue line. Comes near side now. Teague Wagner. Taken off the stick by Denham Young. Whistle stops play, I believe, and interference. Yes, interference penalty coming. First penalty of the night with 16:57. Second period action in this rivalry battle. An interference penalty called against. Looks like the Grizzlies. No, beg your pardon. It's against Weisenberger, the Bobcats. With 16:57 with an offensive zone face-off for Montana. Speck trying to play it around the wall, near side, gets it to McAvoy. Tegan McAvoy able to get something on it into the neutral zone. Now played by Hamlin, cycling it around the wall. No white shirts there initially coming into the neutral zone. Eventually Pizzi finds it. Sent back into the zone around Hamlin, far post. Hamlin behind the net, puts on the brakes. Right behind Belay. Looks for somewhere to go. Is going to come near boards. Gerelnick with it. Gerelnick up ahead off the skate of Gray Wagner. Trying to split the defense. Cannot. Far post. Can the Bobcats clear? Trying to. Far corner. Clem gets to it. Clears it down with 16:15. Clem gets to it. Not Klemp. Clem gets to the puck. That's my baseball summer coming out there. Of course, the catcher for the Paddleheads, Nick Klemp, with a P, not to be confused with Clem. 15:55 second period, 3-0 Cats, 3-1 Cats. But U of M on a power play. Far circle, wrist shot, knocked down to Pankratz near side, couldn't get a shot off there. Chopped up against the half boards far side. Clem gets to it first. And clears it down the far dasher. Clem all the way to the stick of Belay behind his own net. We'll try again. Klein. Across the way, far side Neibauer. Pass partially deflected, taken away by the Bobcats. Short-handed, past the bench of MSU in the attacking zone now near circle. Now the goal line, wrapping it around, wasting some time. Vinny Felt. Felt's in front, has his shot knocked into the corner. Still in the defensive zone with Mofield. Mofield trying to dig it out of the zone. Comes loose, neutral ice. Bobcats get to it first. Retreat on the puck. Fisher able to get it into the zone. Behind the net, Belay meets it again. 15 minutes left in the second. Clay Walker to Ben Kramers. Attacking zone. Bobcats back to full strength. Shot from Kramers, trapped off the near side into the cage. MSU not allowing much on that power penalty kill scenario, keeping their 2-goal advantage. But still in the zone, Klein tries near circle. Rebound in front, taken by Weisenberger initially towards the near boards. Looking up, puck chipped into the neutral zone, controlled by Klein. Klein, with pressure from Weisenberger, will now retreat into the neutral zone, allowing Klein to try to dance around two men. Comes into the attacking zone, puts a shot on net, stick behind the net by Wallery. 14-15 second period. Up ahead, here come the Cats. Attacking zone. Into the offensive zone, but right to Bear. Bear puts on the brakes, looks up, does Teague Wagner near side. Trying to play one up ahead, taken back by MSU. Hidman, into the zone it comes. Up high, and this will be, looks like, offsides called against MSU. Trying to find the attacking zone, across the way from us. Beg your pardon, they're going to take the face-off to center ice. So maybe an inadvertent whistle there. Face-off goes by Cade Gendron, the defenseman for the Grizzlies, and finds the puck and shoots it around the wall and out of the zone. Right to Speck. Defenseman retreats. Retreats further. Now a pass intended for Clem. Up ahead, attacking zone with some speed now. Wilkinson. Wilkinson seeing bodies collide on the near post with the puck not around Belay. Net is dislodged, sticks are down, and another interference call as a result of that collision, with Hayden Clem being called for it. An odd sequence there. My eyes were following the puck, was more around the circle with Wilkinson, and Clem just came barreling in there towards Belay, and that will be a penalty on the assistant captain with 13:37 left in this second period. Cats protecting a 2-goal lead, but Montana has surely shown more juice in this second after a rough start in period number 1. And for the most part last season, offensive zone draw, Ellingson and Gerelnik get together. In the far corner, Speck trapped between two Grizzlies. Now to the point. Hamlin, far blue line, slides it this way. Teague Wagner, lower to Gerelnik. Near circle, shot off the blocker, but not out. Backhanding it lower is Hamlin. In the corner, meeting it are the Wagners. Gray Wagner with it. Back to Hamlin. Hamlin looks up. Passes behind. It comes into the near corner now. Gerelnik to it first with pressure right there from MSU. Luke Pizzi trying to fish it out of the corner. In support, Gray Wagner. Wagner to Gerelnik. Gerelnik comes more towards the net. His shot partially blocked by Ellingson. Alive behind the cage. Gray Wagner. Pass on the near post. Loose right on the doorstep. And finally covered up by Wallery. Fans getting into it here in Steed Arena with men battling for loose pucks in amongst the blue paints. 12:51. The Folks in dark blue and gold still with the lead 3-1 over the Grizzlies. .51 remaining. Offensive zone face-off power play chance. Neibauer sees it shoot wide to the right. Still alive in the zone. Klein slides it back to the Missoula native. Neibauer on the goal line, centering feed. Kramers gets knocked towards the deck, and the puck is cleared out of the zone. Kramers got himself to a pretty good spot in front of the net, but couldn't find the puck. Max Toila to Pankratz. Back to Toila. A pass in front. Walker scores! Beg your pardon, it was Kramers on the far post. Grizzlies are right back in it. It's 3-2. Great offense there on the power play. Came right into the zone past the Grizzlies bench. Toila brings it in. Defense cannot converge, cannot shift over to the right quick enough. Got loose on the far post, and Kramers puts it away. And it's 3-2. Not even 8 minutes gone in this second, and the Grizzlies have turned this game completely around. Javi Hamlin tried to bring it back into the zone, offsides. And what a showing from character from Marcus Baxter's crew. To be down 3-0 in the first, alluded to how action last week went. Surely would it be easy to get down on yourself from a mental standpoint. But Montana comes out with a completely different effort here in this second, and they have themselves now more than a foot in the door, trying to join the party. It's just a 1-goal game. maybe it's battled for now in the defensive zone of the Bobcats. Whistle sound, stopping play. What do we have here? Another penalty coming. Looks like Slater for the Cats likes this call. So that, I believe, has to be, yes, on a looks to be a slash. Guilty party will be Clay Walker. So Walker called for a penalty. The Great Falls native, Clay Walker. First call against Montana. .11:46 to go in our second period. Grizzlies trail by just one with some newfound momentum in this period. It's been a pendulum swinging so far in this hockey game. Now a chance for the Bobcats to get some of that back with a power play chance for the first time this evening. Hayden Clem in the power play unit on for MSU. Puck taken, Gerelnik. Attacking zone, got a backhanded shot off. Right to Wallery, though, with 11:29 to go. Etan Gerelnik was able to play seemingly a little bully ball there, get himself towards the cage, and got a dangerous shot off, challenging Wallery. You have to bear with us with power play instances. So far, the big board here in the rink with power play time on the digital clock has not worked to this point. So I guess I'll just try to keep that in mind and look at the clock exactly when a penalty took place to get an idea better how long a penalty has left. Hayden Clem cycling it behind his offensive no net. Wilkinson gets it to the far point. Sent back towards Belay. Now behind the net, Clem. Clem meets it. Able to get around two men. Get it to the far blue line. Hayden Clem. Dangling. Gets around one. Centering feed. Fisher's shot is high from the near circle. The defenseman Fisher. The feed from Clem. Clem goes right to the net. The pass from the near blue line goes high and into the protective netting. This rink here at the Steed Arena is into it now. I mean, there is not much in terms of empty seats available for this one. Maybe proof can be just hearing times when the crowd gets into it, how loud it is across the way. Sutton in the near circle, scored 2 goals in the first. Face off, kicked around. Now taken by Kramers out of the zone, ahead of the stick of Keith Wagner. Short a man, Wagner in the attacking zone. 4 men in that far corner now. Grizzlies will take this in power play time, come off for MSU. Not in the zone. Wagner still keeping it alive. Now finally, with Fisher near circle, able to chop it towards the neutral zone. Right to Klein, who will retreat, find Toila. Kramers with 3 men around him. In the zone, Kramers won't get a shot off from the left slot. Defensive pressure was too much, but Kramers and the Grizzlies still on the puck. With Wagner now, playing it off the near wall towards Kramers. Fisher to it. Now up ahead. Here comes MSU, finally back into the attacking zone. Right as they get there, poked off the puck. Here comes Klein. 2-on-2. Attacking zone. Far circle. Klein shot. Well, I beg your pardon, it was Upton who took the shot on the feed from Klein. Grizzlies now back to full strength, trailing still by just 1. 9:35 to go, halfway through our hockey game. A brawl here at Steed Arena is a 1-goal game. Behind the cage, trying to find the near blue line, MSU. They do get it there. Teed up, a slap shot, knocked down. Looked like Kramer's body got in the way. Now loose in front. Upton found the puck. Now a whistle stopping things. What do we got? Stoppage of play. We will see a media timeout. Media timeout with 9:15 to go. Goodness gracious, here on a Friday night, it is 3-2 in favor of Montana State, but the Grizzlies right there. They called for a media timeout, but the officials say, This must have been a scenario where that stoppage of play does not warrant a media timeout. So we'll have to wait on that for just a moment. Denham Young fanned a shot. Here comes Rabbit towards the attacking zone, and Kramer is trying to chase down the puck into the corner. Knocks it loose towards Rabbit, the Lethbridge native. To the left of the cage, Upton. And his first taste of this rivalry battle out of Missoula, Montana. Gets his shoulder involved. Upton near circle towards Gray Wagner. Now towards the point. Weiling, wrist shot. Goes to the right on a ricochet, but Baird controls. Baird sliding to Neibauer. Neibauer lost it. Denham Young plays it back behind his own net. Defenseman Hidman. The pressure from Rabbit. Denham Young stretch pass way up ahead. Past Weisenberger. Belay plays it to the far blue line. Backhand. .750. The lead, but both goals in this period from the folks from Garden City. Back in 1 minute.
It's easy to see why Montana is the treasure state. At the University of Montana, we look inside. We see an old truth with fresh eyes, that Montana's greatest treasure is its people. So whatever tomorrow brings, we meet it the only way we know how, with a mind for making. Because what's made in Montana is remaking the world.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
7.5 minutes left in our second period. It is the Montana State Bobcats and Montana Grizzlies in a one-goal battle in our second period. I'm Jeff Safford. 3-2 lead for the Cats, but it's been a tale of two periods if you're just joining us. Bobcats 3 goals in period number 1. Both goals to this point in this stanza with the folks in maroon, white, and silver. And again, a great rebuttal from this Grizzly outfit. Get themselves right back into the teeth of this rivalry battle. In the defensive zone, kicked out by Montana State. In neutral ice, walking the blue line was Kramer's. Now across the red line, it will slide back towards Belay, all the way towards the far post. A wall of white meets it there. Teague Wagner dances one, passes across the ice to Klein. Klein, 2 men around him, able to get it behind the net. Nobody there except for folks in blue. As it comes towards Tegan McAvoy. McAvoy and Sutton lose it near circle. Sutton takes it back. Have to look out for this cat with speed. Ben Sutton lost it near circle, poked off the puck by Klein. Could have came further towards the cage, but loses it off his stick. Fisher keeping it alive. Hit shot right to Belay on the near post. And Sutton from blue line to blue line just turned on the Jets and almost had another great offensive chance just coming right down the dasher. It wasn't the defensive pressure that eventually got there that knocked that puck loose. It was just in his own accord. Near circle draw, won by Montana initially. Hamlin pushing it towards the far blue line, and Gray Wagner. Fisher ends up with it. Spins around at the near blue line, far blue line rather. Loses it back to Hamlin. Hoffy Hamlin, attacking zone. Hoffy Hamlin, near circle, centering feed, poked around, near post. Gray Wagner gets something on it. Pizzi does as well. A scrum for the puck, ends up with Wallery. As both teams exchange pleasantries with the puck coming into the blue paints. Keep battling like that, you'll end up with a sailor peg. Like you're climbing up the top sail and you lost your leg. More music puns. I can go all night. Face-off win, Montana State. Coming towards the near side, Slater went by his stick to Hamlin. A battle at the near blue line. Knocked back into the zone by the Bobcats. Centering feed, Denham Young was all alone, but he could not find the puck as it comes into the corner. Young cycles it up the wall right to Weiland. Weiland attacking zone, his shot ends up going to the left of the cage. Upton found it there, gets it to Hamlin near point. Hamlin pushed off the puck, able to get it back. Near circle now behind the net. Centering pass off the siding of the cage, ends up with Wallery. Going with the beat of the music are the fans here at Steed Arena. We're singing with the Dropkick Murphys about a ship of sorts and more sailing music here in the barn on a Friday. Around Belay now to the right of the cage of U of M. Montana State really hasn't had too many offensive chances so far in this second period, with now just 5 minutes left in it. 3-2 MSU, but you could make an argument. Control is with the Grizz until right there. Bobcat goal. Must be something with the broadcast curse tonight. Alluded to U of M trailing, but seemingly having some momentum when the Cats say not so fast. Centering feed, Wes Inez, another Bozeman native, makes it 4-2. And a big goal there. With 4:52 left in a second. From the near board, centered towards Inez, finds the back of the net. And back to a 2-goal advantage for the Bobcats. Right back into the attacking zone, Clem. Near circle feed, comes out towards Fisher at the near blue line. His shot to the right of the cage, coming now into the far corner. Sent up high towards the glass, not out. Fisher gliding, putting on the brakes. Near corner, 2 men right with them. Clem trying to keep it alive, cannot. Montana the other way with Teague Wagner, attacking zone. Teague Wagner dips a shoulder. Wagner has it taken away on the near post by Fisher. Still in the zone, Montana gets it back. Gerelnik, his wrister, right to Wallery. Had that one well spotted, did the Helena native Wallery. And you have to wonder what is going through his mind. Starting here at Steed Arena, Shirley spent some time in this rink growing up. To be starting a rivalry game, Montana State, that's got to be pretty cool as an athlete. Avi Hamlin near the red line, shoots it back in towards Wallery, but Young, native of a Magic City, chops it towards McAvoy. Off his stick of Sutton, right back towards Young. Young looks up, slides it up the wall. Clay Walker tries to keep it in the attacking zone. Ends up back with Young to McAvoy. Out of the zone it comes, past the Grizzlies bench. Bodies still looking for control. Ends up with Plant eventually. Now Weiland. Weiland sends it in around into the near wall. Chopped out by Young, or at least towards the bench as the Grizzlies make a change. McAvoy into neutral ice. Puck played there by Mofield. Towards the Bobcat bench now, to the right of us. Just a battle in neutral ice last couple of sequences. Weiland eventually finding Neibauer back into the attacking zone. But Young is right there. Denham Young battling, sees Sutton end up with it. He's going to fire one into the far corner. Plays it towards Slater. Slater couldn't get it out. Sutton looks up, sends it high into neutral ice. Gabe Kindgren puts a bump on. Here come the Cats attacking zone. Far circle towards Slater. Slater behind. Pressure from looked to be Kindgren again. Or Rabbit, beg your pardon. Upton, half wall, far side, loses the puck there. Gets it right back. Dan Upton trying to weave his way through traffic, has it taken away from behind. Here's Vinny Felt. Felt into the attacking zone, taken off the puck, trying to support was Ellingson. Eventually cleared down the far dasher with 2:20 remaining in period number 2. Cats trying to find an alley and a breakout from near their own net, leading by 2 goals, 4-2, approaching the 2-minute remaining mark. Ben Kramers gets it back into the zone, a wall of blue around him. Slater sends it back into neutral ice towards Klein and Wagner. It's Klein with it, shooting it back in towards Wallery, who will play it behind his own cage. Speth met it initially. Kramers trying to keep it alive. Spins away from Ellingson. Poked off the puck in the far circle, allowing the Cats to chop it out of the zone and right to Klein. MSU making a few changes as Matt Klein will come into the zone, comes towards the near post now, wraps it around to the far side. Klein lost it, far circle, poked away, trying to get it back in front of the net. Ellingson with 90 ticks to go, plays it off the near wall into the neutral zone. Lost it there, MSU. Pankratz right back in. Pankratz knocked away in front of the net. Bobcats stretch pass, attacking zone, taken away. Entering the zone by Teague Wagner. Wagner backhands it out, nearing the 1-minute mark of our second period. Around the wall it comes. Weisenberger and Wagner meet it, far corner. Attacking zone, Bobcats. Pankratz can't play it out. Eventually does. End up poking out with 1 minute to go. Down the far wall, retreating now with Fisher. Fisher with 50 ticks. Stops. Tries to pass it up ahead through the neutral zone. Comes loose towards Weisenberger and Wagner behind the Montana net. Weisenberger. Backhanded feed. Comes loose at the far point. Played there by Bierman. Bierman able to get it to the near side now. Waiting for it, Weisenberger. Weisenberger at the half wall, sends it back low into the near corner. So we approach 25 ticks to go in period number 2. Matt Klein in the near corner, fishes it out, gets it into neutral ice towards Pankratz. Plays it towards Wallery, who puts the glove down and stops things with 17 ticks left. 17 seconds in period number 2. Montana State leads. They made a 3-goal game, a 1-goal game, and seemingly
This great backyard is the best part of being a Grizzly. At the University of Montana, our classrooms are the mountain peaks, river valleys, and never-ending plains of the Big Sky Country. We provide students with the hands-on training to protect and enjoy hunting, conservation, and stewardship. UM launches the careers of outdoor leaders so that they can protect our traditions and ensure they are passed down for future generations. Because what's made in Montana is remaking the world.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
One period in regulation, 20 minutes left in our hockey game. That is, of course, once they get the ice cleaned up. We're in the midst of our second intermission. 102.9 ESPN Radio, GrizzHockey.com. Glad you've decided to pencil in some time with us for a Friday evening. Busy night in sports. Of course, got ourselves a new champion in the WNBA for the second consecutive season, and third overall. Las Vegas Aces sweep their way to a WNBA championship, getting by the Phoenix Mercury tonight, 97-86. And also some postseason baseball. Though a lot of folks in the Garden City, links to the Seattle Mariners, definitely the closest in terms of travel from Missoula to a big league ballpark would be Seattle, despite it being a lengthy trip. So I know a lot of folks cheering on the M's, and right now Seattle in a winner-take-all Game 5 of their divisional series. They are in a tight battle. The good news is Skubal is off the bump, the probably about to be two-time Cy Young Award winner. 6 innings, 13 strikeouts, but in the top of the 8th, it is tied at 2-2 with Detroit. Both teams trying to book a ticket to Toronto, Canada, face off with the Toronto Blue Jays in the ALCS. That will come your way, Game 1 on Monday evening. And I do believe, talking with Program Director Hayden Smith at ESPN Missoula, that Game 1 of that series will be on the air on ESPN Radio on Sunday nights. Whether it's Seattle or Detroit heading over to play against Toronto, we'll have that American League Championship Series battle for you on Saturday. A couple highlights as well in the college football world. Washington and Rutgers. Thinking of the city of Seattle at Husky Stadium, tight top 10 battle. Rutgers leading 10-7 near halftime. Interesting game featuring an undefeated North Texas squad facing off with South Florida, who has a win against the University of Florida this season, ranked number 24 in the nation. But on the road, it is the Bulls of South Florida leading North Texas 49-28. Approaching the fourth quarter. Just a couple of scores to think about, of course. Sure to tune in with Colter Nuanez, thinking college football tomorrow afternoon, leading up to the homecoming affair for the Montana Grizzlies. They will be home against Cal Poly. We'll have College Game Day on ESPN Radio, getting you ready for that one tomorrow with Colter Nuanez. A plethora of guests to get you locked in for action in Washington Grizzlies Stadium. And, not to be forgotten, the Bobcats are also at home this Saturday. They are hosting tomorrow, Idaho State in more Big Sky Conference action. Maybe on ESPN Missoula, got a chance to hear a few Bengal interviews, of course, with interviews from the Bobcats. ESPN Missoula, we're covering Cat and Grizz. Both sides of the divide equally, I'd say. 2-goal differential. Our third period coming up next. Dave Weaver's Montana State Bobcats have the advantage over Marcus Baxter's Montana Grizzlies 4-2. U of M will try to find a few more positive pushes the momentum offensively, get themselves right into the teeth of this game. Cats have led throughout by as many as 3, but the Grizzlies trimmed what was a 3-0 advantage down to 1 with 2 consecutive goals to start the second. Will Montana see a scenario similar to that, or will it be the Bobcats starting to salt this one away here at Steed Arena in the capital city, Helena, Montana? Should be a lot of fun in the barn either way. It's a packed house. It's been loud all night long. These fans are ready for should be a fun final period that awaits. When we come back on ESPN Missoula, we will see both teams coming back towards the benches, and we will see 20 minutes back up on the clock for a final period that awaits. 4-2 Cats. This is Grizz Hockey at 102.9 ESPN Radio, the ESPN MT app, and GrizzHockey.com. A 2-goal advantage, Montana State. Will they keep it that way? We'll find out after this.
Bring the whole family to the Stone of Accord for a wonderful brunch. From traditional comfort food to eclectic specials, there's something for everyone to enjoy. And it wouldn't be a proper Missoula brunch without an Irish coffee and a mimosa. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino. At the Stone of Accord, we use the freshest ingredients to create our homemade traditional Irish classics, fresh salads, and creative specials. Come enjoy our warm, family-friendly atmosphere. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino.
The Morris Buick GMC has the SUV you need to safely travel Montana's ever-changing roads in comfort and style. The aptly named GMC Terrain is not only sure-footed and ready for any Montana road, it's eye-catching and loaded with features. And right now you can take advantage of closeout pricing on 2024 models starting at only $26,890. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit DeMorris.com for a preview and then stop by DeMorris Buick GMC on West Broadway in Missoula, your family-owned hometown dealership for over 60 years.
Well, as promised, returning from our final break of intermission, said we'd have players coming back onto the ice. And I guess you can't call me a liar, as the Grizzlies and Cats have just made their way out of the locker room with Belay and Wallery going back to their respective nets. We'll see Belay to our left and Wallery to our right as the Bobcats and Grizzlies think about one final period. Both teams trying to find the win column in this rivalry battle, their first time meeting each other this season. We'll start 5-on-5 even Steven skating. Gerelnik and Hayden Clem to get it locked up at center ice. Opening draw ends up with Gerelnik and Teague Wagner and the Grizzlies shooting it into the zone around Wallery. Comes up the wall, tipped out of the zone by Clem. Clem at the red line runs into two Grizzlies. Pizzi, who scored in the second, fires it back into the zone, but right to Speck. Speck to the left, cycles to another defenseman. Here's Ennis, who found the back of the net in period number 2. Clem fires it into the zone. Meeting it was Klein to Pizzi. Breaking out Pankratz, Nates is one man. Pankratz has a pass fan, taken back Hayden Clem, lost it to Gabe Kindgren. Good reaction, Gabe Kindgren. A ricochet awkwardly off the boards, ends up with McAvoy. Tegan McAvoy slides up the wall, the puck to Fisher. Now straight on, plays it towards Ben Sutton. Sutton has it taken away by Neibauer as we see a whistle stop play. Maybe a penalty, yes. Penalty is coming for a cross check. Nearly a minute into period number 3, and it is a cross check called against Sutton and the Cats. Penalty Montana State. Penalty Ben Sutton. Grizzlies trail 4-2 with 19:02 left in period number 3. And a chance for Montana to once again trim it to 1. Max Toila will take a face-off against Ellingson. Or will he? No, he's going to be called out. Will be Kramers. Kramers sees the puck end up with Fisher, who clears it down. Tyler Fisher with the clear for the Bobcats. Now seeing that power play clock working with 10 seconds gone. Alex Neibauer gets around Ellingson, neutral zone, here he comes, chugging in, offensive zone, feeds Toila, one-timer to the left. One-time drive from the near circle. Still alive, far corner. Toila looks for help. It's going to slide towards Fisher and Neibauer. Fisher wins it, far corner, dumps it down the rink. Ellingson chugging after it, forcing Belay to play it behind the cage. Kramers cycles it back behind. Klein plays it towards Neibauer, off his skate, short-handed shot, rebound, comes in front, taken by Pankratz. Dangerous there, short-handed. Vinny Phelps with the look right in front. Denham Young, still down a man, finds it to the left of his net, fires it right back where it came from. A minute gone on this penalty, 2 minutes gone in period number 3. 2-goal advantage for Montana State. Partially fanned pass, going to bounce in the neutral zone towards the stick of Hamlin. Now Pizzi playing it back to Teague Wagner, far side. Wagner dumps it into the zone to the left of the cage. Denham Young and Gray Wagner meet it. Wagner plays one off the siding of the cage, hits the deck, far circle, and it comes up high and out of play in the far corner off the stick of Gerelnik. 35 ticks with a power play chance for Montana. Grizzlies hope they can snap their fingers and find the puck in the back of the net. Far circle draw. Gerelnik putting his head down, trying to battle for the loose puck. Leaks out towards the neutral zone. This will be Wilkinson taking it out for the Cats. Now going to retreat a bit back to Speck. Speck, Ennis past the stick of Clem with Hamlin now in the defensive zone. Wagner past Clem. Now Gerelnik. Gerelnik attacking zone. Stops in the near circle. Fake to pass and is sent down. Sent down violently by the defense of Wilkinson. allowing Clem to get back on it. Final seconds ticking off. Bobcats full strength. Sutton back onto the ice. Wilkinson shot off the near post. Near siding of the cage, rather. Sutton cycles it back towards Wilkinson with a bump from Hamlin, knocking it loose in the near corner. Sutton looking for the puck. Can Clem fish it out of that corner? 4 bodies over there. Clem tries to get it back to the near point. He cannot. Taking it is Plant. Plant across the red line. Into the attack. Attacking zone, Plant. Plant stops. Centering pass towards Baird. Knocked into the corner. Back to Plant. Will he go to the point? Lost it. Far circle. Here come the Cats. Here comes Bierman. Bierman, a look up. Bierman, a wrist shot is around Weisenberger. Weisenberger plays it near blue line. Across the way towards Fisher, playing it off the half wall. Slides it far post, comes now towards the stick of Walker. Fans are into it. Steed Arena, nearly 4 minutes into period number 3. The Bobcats hold a 2-goal advantage. It is 4-2. Plant sees it played all the way down. Far dasher, Wallery's hand going up. That will be icing called against Montana. Crowd across the way, they're getting into the classic rock. Yeah. Oh, Bob Seeger. Okay. My first car I drove when I was from high school into college was nicknamed the Silver Bullets. Of course, Bob Seeger and the Silver Bullets band. Didn't have to do with Seeger. I mean, I like Seeger. The car was just silver, hence the name. It was not a bullet. Absolutely not. Thing would struggle getting over the pass going back to Helena. 4.5 gone in our third period. Back to hockey now with Montana State leading 4-2. It's Belay gloving it on the near post on a puck sent from the far boards. .24 in our third. Tegan McAvoy looks like will be Sutton taking the face-off against Toila. Face-off wing Toila towards Hamlin. Hamlin behind. Plays it off the near wall into neutral ice loose. Allowing the Cats to get back on the puck. Hidman. Hidman seeing it slide by Young. Young towards McAvoy. Chopped up ahead, right to Kramers. Ben Kramers, backhanded feed, attacking zone, Pankratz. Now Toila. Getting the puck all the way around the wall near side. Nobody home, though, in the zone is Wagner. First man to it in neutral ice. Pressure from Sutton, and Young knocked it loose. McAvoy and Sutton run it into the attacking zone. Ben Sutton, a wrister, is saved by Belay on the far post. Still loose in the zone. McAvoy in the far corner. McAvoy kicks it. A one-time drive right to the glove of Belay. Colby Speth took the rip right near a Pepsi sign, far blue line. 14:38 remaining in regulation. Montana State, the 4-2 advantage over Montana. Garlick Wilkinson battle. Ends up Hayden Clem. Clem hits the deck, ends up with Wagner. Teague Wagner pushes it, ends up bouncing off the skate. Now fired back into the zone towards Clem. Shot from the far blue line, knocked down. Speck keeps it alive. Clem gets it lower towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson, a peek up, a pass. Inez, shot from the top of the circle. Knocked down in front, ends up with Klein. Klein slides it slowly. Goes 5-hole past Wilkinson, but kept alive by MSU. Shot far blue line, rebound with Wilkinson. Wilkinson trapped up against the boards by Teague Wagner. Wilkinson's going to try to cycle it back behind the cage. 7 minutes gone. Garelnick playing it in the far corner. 4 bodies wedged up against the wall. Hitting the deck. It's more like a scrum for a fumble over there. Finally comes out of there for Teague Wagner. Wagner plays it up ahead off a stick. Pizzi cannot track down the loose puck. Comes right back towards Belay. Bobcats making a change, though, allowing Klein to find some empty space. Played off a skate of Rabbit. He hits the deck behind the play. Upton comes into the zone with Graves. Bobcats have other ideas. Taking it right back, Graves. Attacking zone, backhanding it behind the net. Now played to the left. Graves tried to get it back to the point. Bobcats controlled by Speck. Speck played up to Weisenberger. Weisenberger lost it right as he crossed the blue. Speck tries to battle for it back. Comes back towards Gabe Kindgren. Kindgren slides. Neibauer. Neibauer up ahead. Off a stick. Ends up with Fisher. Fisher. Here comes Bierman now. Running in offside. So the Bobcats, and now pushing and shoving after the play. Friday night SmackDown. Bodies hitting the deck. I do not know what drew the ire from both sides, but the Grizzlies were irate about something across the way from us. Kindgren immediately just raced right over to a man in blue, and it resulted in men throwing a few punches, bodies hitting the deck. Maybe not a crown jewel like a Saturday in Perth, Australia, but all that was missing was the hook of the leg and the 1, 2, 3. Said it with him in the interview this week. I had never heard that term before getting involved with hockey. Remember seeing it in a, we'll see, after all that, looks like 5-on-5 with 12:56, just counting the bodies on the ice. So you like that, the officials going to keep things under control, and also allow for there to be still 5-on-5 skating in the midst of this rivalry battle. .12:47, we'll see an offensive zone draw in the Cat zone. Ellingson and Toila. Toila sees a kick towards the net, but controlled by U of M's Weiland. Weiland shoots one through the neutral zone, down the near side, icing again. History will repeat itself now. Toila and Ellingson. Face-off won by the Cats this time. Fisher, far blue line shot. Stays in the zone around the Grizzlies bench at the half wall. Bodies collide there. A Grizzly down. Javi Hamlin in a heap. Still keeping play alive. Now gets up, does Javi Hamlin. Across the way from him. far blue line. Fisher trying to send it into the zone. Toila gets it out. The right across the red line. Bobcats able to get back on it, get it back to the zone. Hamlin with it now. Slides it Weiland. Minnesota to Minnesota. Now Weiland has a pass intercepted intended for Kramers. Right back to the Grizzlies, playing it ahead of Pizzi. Hand is up, icing again. Feed that was passed to the left of the red line. Pizzi could not find it, reaching up high for it. Icing, another call. Under 12 to go at regulation. 11:58 in our third period. Bobcats lead by 2. It's 4-2. Cat Grizz, Steed Arena, Helena, Montana. Ben Sutton and Gerelman lock it up. Far circle. Ends up Javi Hamlin playing it high off the glass, but not out of the zone. Trying to back his way out was Kramers walking the blue line. Able to get it just enough to Hamlin to maybe knock it loose out of the zone. Indeed, Hamlin does find some space. Gets knocked down by Sutton. No call. Gerelnick attacking zone, takes the shot. Gloved by Wallery. And beg your pardon, I believe we are going to see a penalty on the contact from Sutton and neutral ice. Initially didn't see Belay head towards the bench. Was surprised initially they weren't going to call a penalty, but it looks like we will. For a slash, yes. Brought to you by Missoula Motor Company. It's the Grizzlies heading back to the power play with 11:37 remaining. Face-off, Denham Young slaps it around the wall, far side and out of the zone. Wilkinson trying to send it further. He cannot. Pizzi will retreat into the neutral zone so Montana can get back on side. Wilkinson challenges for the puck. Backhands it. Now Clem. One-on-one. Short-handed. Hayden Clem. Dangling. Loses it in front for a moment. Now brings it back towards neutral ice. Clem, maybe will he try to go back into the zone? No. Has it taken away by Gray Wagner. Gray Wagner attacking zone near circle. Tries to get around Denham Young near corner. Slammed into the boards by Denham Young. Good hit. Another hit applied. Still in the zone, Klein. One-timer, Gerelnick, not much on it, far circle. Controlled by Wagner. Gray Wagner knocked to his behind. Wilkinson sends a man down himself, allowing the Cats to get back on it. Look for an avenue to make it clear. And now we see a man go down. Denham Young planted. Another Grizzly far corner, but maybe that was a bit too frisky. I believe he is going to be called for a penalty. Ooh, with 10:46 remaining in period number 3. 5-on-3 coming for Montana, trailing 4-2. you like physical play, but you have to let yourself for a cross check. So the Bobcats are a bit fortunate in that spot that Wagner ends up going into the box as